afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to VIP Playbook, your home for sports betting picks and daily fantasy draft picks. I'm your host, Mike Hammer, riding solo again today. Will's going to be on a recorded message giving you all the good fantasy picks. We actually cashed in fantasy last night, or at least I did. But we are going to do another round of picks tonight for you. Another winner yesterday, 2-1. Thank you. We are 5-3, 2-2 winning days, and we have got a 62% winning percentage, and our figures sit at $210, and that does include juice, just in case you needed to know that, because a lot of people out there will definitely leave that part out. Up $210 in 2 days. That'll do it. I mean, that's making money right there. That's why you listen. We're going to do it again today. 2-1 on the slate last night. Just real quick to go over that. Oklahoma City, we won that one. They were minus 2.5. They won 127-113. J-Dub, Shea, both going for 30 plus as they handle the Orlando Magic fairly easily in their final game before the All-Star break. We took a loss with Detroit. They were playing the Lakers. They dug themselves a very big hole. They could not climb out of it. They end up losing. We were getting 11.5, and they end up losing by 14. That's okay. Those happen. But I'll just say it, we lucked out because the Phoenix Suns won by 5 in an absolute nail-biter, full sweat, against the Sacramento Kings tonight. Although Bradley Beal did leave that game early in the first quarter, I thought we might be dead in the water, but we didn't. We won. We are 2-1 on the day. And we are going to do it again tomorrow, meaning today. I've got 4 picks for February 14th, massive 13-game slate. Most teams' final game before the All-Star break. Let's break down a couple of these picks. I've got 4 of them today. My number 1 pick, Golden State, minus 3.5. What can I say? I said I was going to ride them till the wheels fall off, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. They're taking on the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's the thing. You could throw out all these stats, give all these numbers. You could do that. I'm not going to. Here's what I'm going to say. This one's easy. The Warriors are hot. The Clippers are not. There'll be no Kawhi Leonard. The Warriors have hit a different gear. They've figured out some things. Draymond Green is playing great. Steph Curry always. Klay Thompson has come through. Kuminga. They've got a lot of good pieces, and they're starting to figure out how to play. Ride them until they burn you. Golden State, minus 3.5 at home against the Los Angeles Clippers. Lock that one in. Moving on. This one's a little bit different. We've got the team that scares the hell out of me because I do not know what they're doing. The Memphis Grizzlies. They are at home against the Rockets, who, let's face it, I mean, they've beat them 3 times this year. The Grizzlies have no business being only 3.5-point dogs. They should be at least 5.5-point dogs in this spot. I don't know why. To me, that's a feel. Houston does not play well on the road. By the way, the last 10 games these teams have played combined, they are 1-9. The Rockets just beat the New York Knicks at home. They lost their last 4 road games, where Memphis has lost, let's face it, they've lost 36 or 37 games this year. They're not a good team. I like them in this spot, though. Take the Grizzlies, plus 3.5. That's a sneaky one. Okay, moving on. Couple of totals here. Denver Nuggets and Sacramento Kings. This game has gone over 230. Is it every time they've played? I don't understand this one very much either. The total is at 230 and a half. 230 and a half. It opened at 229 and a half, jumped up to 230 fairly quickly. The Nuggets are 5.5 point favorites here. I'm not going to play the money line. I'm going to play the total. Under 230 and a half. Jamal Murray is probably going to be out of this game. That means the offense is going through KCP, and all they've got left is Jokic. I think this team struggles a little bit tomorrow to really get the offense going. I think Sacramento also coming off of second night of a back-to-back. I don't know. I could be wrong on this one. I'm going to stay under the total. 230 and a half. Lock that one in. Okay. Those are my picks. We'll get those up. I'm going to get to Will. First, I just want to say thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. I love doing this. Please follow, like, subscribe, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're going to keep posting. We're going to keep winning. Follow us, and let's do this. Let's make some money. These picks are not going to be free forever. Get them while you can. Once the NFL season and college football season rolls around, that is going to change. That's my bread and butter. So get these NBA picks while you can. They're only going to be free for so long. Will, let's bring you in, buddy. What do you got? Let's see what the guru's got to say.
All right. Nice sneaky picks there, Mike. Let's go ahead and get into this one. We don't want to waste any time because we do have a little bit of about a 59 game slate here for this lovely Valentine's Day. Just a quick recap. I hope you were able to get a little action on K-Love. Hope you were able to dodge that Hero and Caleb Martin shock. That's, by the way, the kind of plays that you have to make. You got to dodge that sort of chalk. It's not always going to be there. But, all right, opening game. We've got Atlanta and Charlotte. This game, from a fantasy standpoint, is the game of the night, in my opinion. The game environment is there. The Hawks are out, Okongo and Capella. Fernando's going to start at the 5. I think on FanDuel he's 4K, ton to like here. Jalen Johnson, he's going to probably get even some backup 5. He's my favorite play on the Hawks. He's my favorite play in this game. I do like both Trey and DeJounte as a attorney throw there. Bogdan's got a great ceiling. Just a lot to like on Atlanta's side, and kind of the same on the Hornets. Watch out for Man. He could be popular. He's kind of splitting minutes there at the point. I'm blanking on Mikic. Yeah. They're splitting minutes. If Man's popular, I'd fall away from him. Gotta love Bridges. I liked him on Monday. Him and Miller, I love them today. Here on Valentine's Day slate. Grant Williams, I mentioned him last cast. His minutes are there. This environment's perfect for him. You hate to chase, but I don't know if it's even chasing at this point. All right, and then let's move on. We've got the Sixers, the thin Heat, playing the thin Sixers. Both teams are running a tight rotation, so you know where it's coming. Let's see, Sixers starting cast is likely Maxey, Hield, Oubre, Reed, KJ, Martin, that is. And, of course, Maxey, he's doing everything for him. I'm going to keep mentioning my boy, Buddy Hield. I'm real high on him. He's not just scoring these days, and I'm going to keep mentioning him. Oubre was chalk. He paid off last game. Reed and KJ could be a nice turning play for you. And now on the Miami side, I mean, I got caught with the Caleb chalk. I did have Caleb to mash him out, to kind of even that out. I don't know where Jovic's huge minutes came from, but they paid off for him. I'm going back to the Caleb well. I don't know if I'm going back to the Caleb well. He is 150 years old, but he can play some ball still. I might even go back to the hero well. It's just the ownerships are going to be interesting on this one. This is a big slate. You're going to have to find value somewhere. They're still going to be there. Duncan Robinson, of course, he paid off. These guys will be highly owned, so they're going to have to hit. And, there could be some plays. These are the plays where maybe you find a guy in that price range at that position. You could leap the field here. Okay, Knicks Orlando. Hartenstein and Dante, once again, if they are in, I'm not going anywhere here. Brunson had an absolute floor game, like I mentioned. He's still going to be putting up shots, 100 shots a game. He can't have that bad of a game again. It's tough to spend up on him, I understand, after last game, but I like him as a tourney play again. Hartenstein's out, Dante's out. Sims is going to be getting all the minutes. Precious going to be getting all the minutes. But once those guys in, I'm out of there. Orlando, I noticed. I wrote this up last night, but now I'm here at work trying to get this on my lunch break, and I'm trying to squeeze in so much here. Don't like much here, but I did see. I think Fultz is Fultz out. I think Fultz is out. Why was Isaac so much chalk last game? I don't understand. I just don't get that. I'm glad I didn't go there, but maybe you do go there now today with Fultz being out. But people might be down on him. Okay, Brooklyn. Once again, just don't like much at Orlando though. Brooklyn, Boston rematch. Man, if the Unicorns in, of course Horford, Tatum, all those guys are going to get a bump. I'm still avoiding this game again. The only place I'm going is Schroeder. Schroeder's is where I might go, and that's it. Raptors, Pacers. I'm going quick, guys. Halliburton, uptick in minutes, too cheap still. I'm promising you he's going to be putting up that game that wins you the big tourney at very low ownership. Looks like Turner's questionable. They are in a great spot, so there is some pieces I could see in Indiana here. And on the Raptors side, if you do go there, I want to say I'd love to run back a Scotty Barnes play. I'm feeling a game from him. He's going to be completely low ownership. He seems a little overpriced for his recent production. So that's what I'm running it back with. Not saying I'm going there, but if I am going Indiana, I run it back with him. Chicago Cavs, Cleveland here. Torrey Craig, he paid off. He's questionable. Bad spot for both these teams. Unless you have a gut feeling, I'd avoid. It's going to be the slowest game on the slate. And these are strictly tourney plays. These are strictly tourney plays. Caruso, nothing's really in. You're going to have to watch the news on that one. Okay, Houston, Memphis. I know we've got a take on this game, and I like it. It's a great spot for Houston, of course. Seguin's a great tourney play. He's going to do it all. Memphis is Scotty out. You're going to have to check out the starting lineup. So if Scotty's out, which I think he will be, check out that starting lineup. If Derrick Rose ends up playing, he's going to be some of the best value on this slate if he starts. That is, which I think he will if he's in. If they're starting, depending on who they're starting, basically that's who I have interest in. I think Kennard could start, etc. So. Washington, we got Washington, New Orleans. Bagley, I mentioned him last time. See what he does if he gets the minutes. I like him here. On the Pelican side, once again, I'm going back to the Zion well, and everybody kind of looks good, but I'm going back to the Zion well. That actually, I'm sorry if that burns you, but. These are the plays you got to go back to. You can't just run away from them once they burn you. I am going back to the well. Spurs, Wemby. Like I said, I hope you had a piece of him, or at least some. He's still too cheap. Not on FanDuel. He's up there, but I'd love to. The other side, he's going to be getting some Gafford on the other side. This could be another heyday for him. I also like Kelton. Sojan, he's good. He's a nice play, but I'm likely going Wemby, Keldon, or fading. All right, Dallas, Luka. Great spin up, obviously. Watch Kleber. Watch out for Kleber. I don't know if he's playing or not. If he's in, I actually like him as a tourney play. If he's out, Gafford, you can go back. Gafford's going to be just monumentally owned. The ownership will be there, so you'll have to take that into consideration. But it looks pretty nice on if Kleber's out. I don't know how he doesn't play a plethora of minutes. All right, Lakers, Utah. Looks like LeBron's sitting. So there's going to be some value. Those guys, AD had the game. He had a nice game. Not enough, though. I've been interested to see how Dinwiddie gets in here. And with LeBron out, I like Dinwiddie. Rue's minutes they're on the downward trend, but with LeBron out, that might throw a kink into things. Dinwiddie's my play here, and then I'm just leaving it at that. Utah side, Keaton George put up a dud in a bunch of minutes. I think he's going to continue to start. I'm going back to that well as well. Kessler. Mentioned him last time. I still think he's a great play, and that always puts Collins from the 4 to the 5, where his rates are gonna absolutely diminish. From what he's not one of my favorite plays, anyways, but I'm fading him. Sacramento, it's Trey Lyles. Watch him if he's out again. Keegan and Barnes get the bump, and it is the absolute same call as I've said before with Monk. You can fade him at your own risk. The Herder play didn't quite work out. He ended up starting that, threw a kink into things, but fade him at your own risk. If he gets these minutes, he will score points, and you'll need him in your lineups. That's all there is. Nuggets, Murray out. Murray gets out. Reggie's going to start. I think we've got the under in this game. If we don't, we should. I actually like Jokic as a better spinned up than Luka. However, on FanDuel, he's center only. I don't like doing that. And then Reggie could be interesting on the play there. Detroit, Phoenix. I'm so sick of Detroit's lineup. What did they do to us last night? Terrible, absolutely gross on that lineup, those minutes. Phoenix is Beal out. There's going to be some value. You can find it. You can find it with. I mean, you can take your choice of. I mean, Booker and Durant look great, obviously, with Beal out, but I think the tourney play is going to be somewhere outside of those two guys. And then, of course, the late game, we're taking the Warriors to beat the Clippers. I might throw in a couple of Westbrook lines, and that's about it on that game. I'm not really seeing too much. It's the hammer. You'll like to have a piece of that, but it's going to depend on news. So, thanks guys for hanging in on this 13-game review. These can be somewhat of a lottery. I don't usually play a lot of money on these. I prefer the 6-game slates like yesterday, but hope you had a good night. Hope you did avoid that Martin shock yesterday. Let's go back to the well. Woo! Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Will. We appreciate you. Nice picks again today. We did cash in a lineup. At least I did. I cashed in my lineups yesterday in fantasy, and it was good. I've never hit a big tournament. I'm not a massive daily fantasy. I just throw in lineups off of what Will says. Hey, and I can hit double ups all day, and they're fun. So if you don't know too much about it, throw in one of those lineups. See how you do. You can play them for $5 or less. Okay, guys, thanks again. I'm going to get out of here. It's late. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's have some winners. Let's make some money. For VIP Playbook, this is Mike Hammer signing out.